First things first, I want to wish all the mothers around the world the happiest of Mother's Day. Whether you're a mother by biology or a stepmother or a foster mother, regardless of what Mary Jean Taylor Greene says, you're a mother. If you love your kids, if you keep them from harm, if you teach them, if you're in their lives, you're a mother. Now I need to get this out in the open right quick. In my previous video, I talked about the fact that how we need to thank CNN for doing the town hall, for exposing Trump as the criminal and the psychopath that he is. That was all negated by the fact of me receiving information that CNN, or at the very least the CNN higher-ups, told the audience in New Hampshire, mostly Republicans and independent voters, not to boo Trump during the town hall. That all they can do if they want to express any emotion was to clap and applaud. Now, when I first heard that, my mind went straight back to a movie called Blazing Saddles with Mel Brooks. There was that scene in which Mel Brooks, who plays the governor, keeps screaming some stupid ass ideas, and him screaming, and everyone in the office saying harumph, harumph, and him looking at that one person and saying, I didn't get a harumph from you. And the guy says, oh, harumph, Governor, harumph. And Mel Brooks, the governor, says, you watch your ass. That's what I'm getting. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this. But I think it's much more potent than that when it comes from Donald Trump or CNN's CEO, who is trying to get ratings by having Donald Trump on the show. By saying they are not allowed to boo, come on, seriously? If I were in that audience, this is me talking, mind you, if I were in that audience, I would have booed. I would have screamed, I would have heckled Trump every single second until security got me out of there. But unfortunately, I wasn't in that audience. Well, fortunate for Trump, I should say. But when you start telling people that you can't boo, matter of fact, that's kind of hypocritical. During not too recently, of course, the last State of the Union address with President Biden, you had Mary Jean Taylor Greene and several others, including Lauren Boebert, screaming and heckling President Biden during his speech. So it's okay for them, it's okay for thee, but not for me. Is that what you're trying to say? And it gets back to the next point I want to make real quick. Now, we all know Donald Trump was held liable for the sexual assault on E. Jean Carroll. Mind you, it was a civil case and he wasn't convicted. He's not a felon. He was held responsible for it and he has to pay money for it. I'll take that. But it really bothers me that we have evangelical pastors and ministers and churchgoers still screaming, professing their ever-loving strength and support for Donald Trump. It bothers me a lot because this moral conundrum we find ourselves in here and now is the fact that they're supporting a man who is held liable for rape, who during his deposition said that because he's a star, his words, because I'm a star, I can do those things. Who doubled down on that during that town hall. Evangelicals are going to keep screaming at the top of their lungs their support for Donald Trump. Just this morning, I was called a slave because I decided to vote Democrat and not vote for Trump. In my view, these people are too far gone. If you make an excuse for sexual assault, for rape, regardless if it's civil or criminal, and then 24 hours later, and then for 72 hours later after the judgment, well, actually it was, 24 hours, 24 hours later, He doubled down on this at a town hall in front of the entire country, in front of the entire world, mind you, and you still support him, something is definitely wrong with you. Now, Donald Trump is a big part of the problem, but the biggest problem is his followers. His followers continually scream for Donald Trump and call people like me and people like you who don't support Trump every name in the book. And then some. And accusing you of everything in the book and then some. This country doesn't have a real Trump problem. It does, but that's not the extent of it. This country has a moral problem. We used to think before the time of Trump, rape was wrong, regardless of who you were and regardless of what you did or who you did to. Rape was rape and it was wrong. Now we're here in the age of Trump, and rape is acceptable to so many people in Trump world, in the Maga world. If that were my daughter or my wife that Donald Trump assaulted, now don't get me wrong, E. Jean Carroll is not the only one. No. There are dozens of women who came forward on Donald Trump, and not because he was going for president either. If that were my sister, my mother, my wife, my girlfriend, my daughter, let's just say civility ends and street mentality begins. But all of a sudden, it's Donald Trump. Not only are we going to just ignore it, we're going to put him back in the White House. That is so wrong on the most highest of levels. It is wrong. The way I see it, as I said before, this country doesn't have a Trump problem per se. It has a moral problem with its followers. Donald Trump was held liable for sexual assault and defamation. 24 hours later, he goes on international television on CNN and doubles down on that, and the crowd laughed. And that in itself makes me even more angrier. You laughed at a man, with a man, I should say, excuse me. You laughed with a man making fun of a sexual assault victim. I would love to look every single one of those audience members who laughed in the eye and said, if this were your wife, if this were your daughter. Matter of fact, I don't think I have to do that. I really don't think I have to do that. Because what they showed me is the simple fact that if this were their wife, daughter, mother, daughter, any female person in their lives that of significance, they will just brush it away. Said it's unfortunate, but just brush it away if it was Donald Trump who did it. Hell, it might not even have to be Donald Trump. These people showed me in New Hampshire that they're willing to accept a rapist as a president. That is a big moral problem for me. And you can call me a slave, you can call me a terrorist, you can accuse me of being a rapist all you want. But I already know that I'm not any of those things. And I know why you're saying those things about me. It's because I refuse to support Donald Trump for president or as president, just as I did the 4 miserable years that he was president, just as I will do if he's reelected in 2024. I refuse to support a man like Donald Trump. I refuse to throw in my lot with his supporters. Call me all the nasty things you want. But I still have my soul, my integrity, and my dignity. You sold out yours, Donald Trump supporters, Maga, for a man who thinks that rape is funny, who thinks that rape can be gotten away with because he's rich and famous, because he's a star. I don't give a damn if he's Donald Trump. I don't give a damn if he's Joe Biden, Barack Obama, any president. I don't care if he's the Lord of Hosts. You do rape, your ass is mine. And trust me, Trump, one way or another, you're going to be gotten on that. Guys like you can't stand, help yourself. And that is what's going to destroy you. And as for your followers who are so hell-bent on trying to protect you, you made your own beds. Lay in them. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.